Hello there guys and girls, and welcome back to the vlog. So, we put the things up last episode. The, I can't remember what you call them now. The greenhouses, there we go. And the vegetable boxes. We've decided what we're going to plant now, to begin with. Anyway, yeah, I've still got to build the other one, but I did use some of that wood chip, and I've just sort of spread it out roughly, and in there I think it looks quite nice actually. Makes it look a bit more organized, and I am one for organization. I have to say, I do like it when it's organized, so that looks quite good, I have to say. Sort of run out, you know, couldn't do that much, but it's only a very thin layer. It's just to sort of dampen the, you know, get rid of the mud off the ground really, and so we don't get too wet a feet, put it that way. So yeah, we've decided what we're going to grow in these two anyway, these 1, 2, 3, and that one as well, which I still need to build, and the pieces are just there. But we've got a different job today because I have finally spoken to the neighbours down there. A lovely lady called Sue and her husband called Robert. And as I said, I bought a bottle of wine. I knocked on the door very nicely and very graciously, and I said, do you mind ever so much? After general chit chat, of course, I didn't just immediately jump down their throat and say, hey, if I can utilize this bit of land for my chickens, let them run around. And also, if I can put a track in down here and cut that piece of hedge out, because this is their track that goes down to their land. And they said I can do whatever I want because they don't take care of it. They said up to the dead tree, which is this one. So basically, this sort of section here, we can cut down. They don't mind at all, and I can cut down that as well. They don't mind. All they asked for is if we could provide them with some eggs, which I think is a fair deal. You know, the chickens are going to be on their land, because this isn't mine. And, you know, we can give them eggs every Monday or Tuesday or whatever. That's absolutely fine with me. I don't mind at all. So the chickens get a bigger pasture, if it were. We can put the track in down there, as I've said. And yeah, they get eggs. So, I know it's a bit early to mow, but we're basically just going to mulch all of this down. That's what we're going to do today. So I need to get the mower out, which is buried. But luckily, it's not too heavy. It's just the mower deck anyway. We'll just plonk that down there. That'll be fine. There you go. Right. Also, Sarah and I... just let that warm up a little bit. Sarah and I have been talking about the possibility of getting a bigger tractor because, as in the comments from the last video, a lot of you guys did say that we should cut this field before the sheep come, so we can get a couple of our own bales ready for some food, so we don't have to buy anything in. But cutting this field with that little thing is going to take a little bit of time. So we're in the market for something pretty small. Not anything too big. Obviously, we don't need anything too big. And we do have a budget as well that I'd like to stick to. Yeah, just something that can pull a bigger mower, you know, like a 2-meter or 3-meter mower, just so we can cut this field, because it's obviously going to need cutting a few times. I mean, yes, the sheep are going to be on it most of the time, and hopefully they'll graze what's on it. That's the whole idea. But they're not taking the whole lot of it, so... yeah. We are in the market. I have started looking around. I haven't actually found anything yet that is sort of small, if you like, what we're looking for. I am in the market. I am looking, but we will this spring get ourselves a bigger tractor. Do we need all of this paraphernalia on here? I suppose I could leave it on there. It's not going to hurt, is it? Really? Right, let's get this connected. It's not straight, which is my fault. Right. Let's make sure that's clipped in. Yes, good. And the other side. Yes, good. Right. Go and do a bit of mowing again. Seem to be doing a lot of mowing. But then again, if we get another tractor, we are going to have to do even more mowing. I hope this is capable of doing this, because this stuff, it's basically just weeds and very long weeds. Right. Hopefully, this will cut down all this stuff. Seems to be working nicely. Yeah, they're very nice people. Susan and Robert. Very nice people indeed. They knew the lady that used to live here. And they're also very happy to see this place go to, you know, someone who's going to use it, and it's not going to be developed into flats, because they were very much against having flats and villas and housing accommodation all put in here. They didn't want that at all, so they're sort of quite grateful in a way that we came along, really. It's doing a good little job. I keep saying it, but I am impressed with this little thing. But we just need something a bit bigger to tackle the bigger field, so if as I said, I am in the market. If any of you do know where I can get something a bit smaller, you know, you've seen some adverts or something like that posted around, do let us know. I'm not bothered if it's got a cab or not. Obviously, cab would be nice, especially if it starts raining and things like that, but it's mainly about price, really. So it's under the sort of 8,000 mark. We don't really want to spend any more than that. So we're hoping we can get... Obviously, it's going to be a lot older, though. It's not going to be anything new. It's not going to be like that thing that Jim had that I was mowing in... Well, in October, whenever it was last year. It's definitely not going to be anything like that. It's going to be something like this, but bigger. That's what I'm sort of aiming for. So if you do know of any places, or if you've seen any adverts, do let us know in the comments. It would be good, and I can have a look at them, you know, online or something like that. Oh, I seem to have grounded myself. That's the mud, that is. I'm going to have to do something about that too. Yeah, my wallet really doesn't like gravel. So I don't know if there's another alternative I can use other than gravel, but my wallet really doesn't like gravel at all. So I need to think about that as well. And the wood chips just wouldn't last for, you know, heavy machinery work. It's okay for footwork, but not for heavy machinery work at all, really. Yeah, this is doing a fantastic little job at this. Chop this all down. Get all the bits I've missed. I will do that side as well. I will do that side. doesn't have to be neat and tidy. It's just cutting us all way, way back. Really? Just to get rid of it. Really, rather than going round in circles, I should go round this way. And, you know, sort of do a line of it, really. Here we go. We've got one little more bit here. And I'll just tidy up the edges as well. If I can. Let's see if we can get a nice sort of straight edge here. If we lift that up, and if we back all the way up, right, if we go from about here, we just go straight down. Try and make it as neat as I can. There we go, right up to the tree. And then we'll go straight across. Oh, this is really thick, this is. And then go up to these trees. There we go. And then round here, along the edge of the path. There we go. Looks already 10 times better. And it has increased the space quite a bit. And it sort of gets the chickens out of the way of the main field, if you like. And it gets them out of the yard too. Yeah. I have to say, this is a damn good little thing. This was definitely a good purchase. This was. Just a little bit left. Quick 5-minute job. And what's good about having this kind of equipment is you can just do these jobs yourself. You don't have to call anybody in, you know. That's what's nice about all of this. That's what we like about all of this. And the sort of freedom to do what you want within reason and within law, of course. Which changes every other day here in Britain. Which is... and it doesn't change for the best either, let me tell you. For those of you watching overseas. Certainly not with the current people in power, but I'm not going to go into that rant at all. Right, one little tuft here, and just that little bit that I've just caught with the corner of my eye, just over here. We'll get that bit as well. There we go. Just get rid of this bit whilst we've got it all set up. All the way up to the fence. I don't know if I should get rid of this tree or not. I quite like that tree there. It kind of gives a bit of a boundary. Right, let's just stop that. Let's just get out and have a look. See if I have missed any bits anywhere. Yeah. Look at that. That's much, much better. Well, I suppose I could come in here. I could get rid of this tree. Actually, no. No. What am I talking about? This isn't mine, is it? No, I couldn't. It still popped into my head. That tree's a bit out of place because there's a nice little sort of straight line down here. Yeah, I'll get rid of this little lot here too. Look, I'll just get this bit. Just get this bit. But I won't get... I'm not going to touch the tree. That's not my tree to touch. That tree is my tree to touch. And I have thought about getting rid of it, but... I don't know. It's kind of... I don't really want to get rid of it. It's quite a nice tree. It might get rid of the bushes. I need the whacker for that though. Right, let's just go and get rid of these little bits over here. Right, let's turn this on again. Right, I need to duck here because I'm going to bang my head. There we go. And we'll just back up to the fence. And then get rid of this little bit. Trying not to damage the tree. Right, I can't duck under that, can I? Not efficiently, anyway. And this little line here. I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to reverse up to that bit because I can't duck that much. And again, I can always get the weed whacker. Come on, little thing. There you go. I might need the weed whacker for this bit. And this little tuft that I've just missed here. Very annoying. Okay. Right, let's turn that off again. Lift it up. Let's go and inspect our work. Yes, much better. Chickens have got so much more room now. That entire area, that'll be plenty for the chickens. That'll be... You don't even need all of that. Look, I missed a bit. It's really annoying. Really, really annoying. But you will not escape my blades. Here we go. That got rid of him. Ooh, wasp. Go away. That got rid of him. Yes, I'm quite happy with that. Right, I think I'll go and get the weed whacker. Just take care of these little bits around here. I think that's what we'll do. Gonna have to put something here. Right, let's just leave you here for now. Get the old weed whacker. And let's just go and get rid of those little bits around the tree. Yeah, it'll be nice to finally get some sheep. I've been looking online and things like that at the markets, farmers markets, animal markets, whatever you call them. They're not too expensive. So we're thinking possibly like 20 to begin with. We think is a good amount. Really? Again, we don't know, but we've sort of settled on 20. It's a nice round number. That's why we settled on 20. Really. Just doing a bit of tidying up. There we go. Oh. These bits as well. There we go. Oh, a bit more there, look. There we go. That got it. Alright, now for the other tree. Just over there. Oh, we also need to put the track in. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I need to cut the path for the track so I can see where it's going to go. Right. Get this. It looks so much nicer when it's sort of neat and tidy. There we go. Looks much, much better. And so does this one. Yeah. Much better. Much better. Right, we can turn this off. Go and put it back up on the hard ground. Oh, getting stuck in mud. Ugh. Horrible. Right, the track. So, we look in a straight line, you can see that thin bit that I want to get rid of. But the track originally comes round, so what I'm thinking is there. From here, we just go straight down. Hopefully it's not going to be so wet that I get stuck. That is a possibility. I mean, it hasn't been raining for a few days, which is nice. But, it might be a bit wet. Right, let's take this slow. I want to get this right. I mean, I'm only cutting the grass. I'm not actually making a track. But I will do eventually. So, what I suggest is the end of my track is here. So, from here... There we go. We go straight down. That's what we do. Not quite so fast. And stop. I mean, I'm doing this, but I haven't actually yet spoken to the council. That's my fault. I forgot about that. Yeah, didn't really think of that until the other day. But that is something I need to do. I mean, I haven't seen any wildlife go in and out of it, and it is a very thin piece of bush. But again, I don't want to do it and then have, you know, a councilman knocking on my door telling me to put it back. Because that will be a bit tricky, I should think. That will be a bit tricky. Oh god, it's muddy there. Jesus. Right, is that okay? Should we go one more? Let's do that little bit there, look. There we go. We may as well get this corner. Lift that up. Get this little lot here. Lift that up. There's a lot of back and forth in farming. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Although, we're not actually farming, we're just cutting grass. But even still, you know, cultivating, ploughing, there's a lot of up and downs. Right, let's have a look at that quickly. How does that look? Is that fairly straight, or is that not fairly straight? No, that's okay. Yeah, so we come down here. Look at it from the top of the gate. Yeah, come down here. Then we got a slight little corner turn. And then straight to the gate. No, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I just don't know what we're going to do. To cover it. I mean, obviously it is going to have to be stone again. Gravel. Because I should think putting a concrete block in there will be, you know, actually making a concrete path will be very expensive. So it's going to be gravel again. Avoid that really wet bit there. But I'm definitely going to have to do something with it. But it does mean ordering more stone. And I think getting this done before before doing that is a bit more important. I mean, at least you can kind of drive on it. You wouldn't really want to get a lorry up there just because it's too wet. But yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's opened that area out a lot. That's nice. Yeah, so we're going to move the chickens in here. Put the track in. Get the sheep. I need to get the fencing equipment. And I don't know if I should start them off in the corner. Or, well, we need to cut this first, actually. I don't know if I should sort of start them off in the corner and do a long strip. Don't quite know how we should do it, or if I should do a square patch. Any sheep farmers that are watching, if you could let me know what's better. Is it better a long strip all the way down from sort of here, you know, all the way down? Is that better, or is it better as just like a square patch? So from that corner, you know, maybe to like, well, it's going to be 20, maybe to like here somewhere. Would that be suitable? I don't know. I think I prefer the square patch to the long strip. We'll see. We'll see. It's quite a big field, this. You forget just quite how big this is. Right, well. Sun's beginning to go down already. Yeah, that's quite good, that is. I need to clean up all this stuff. What I need is I need to buy the adapter that goes on the back of that that you have on those mowers that collect the grass, you know? Those big buckets on the back of it that collect them. Oh, I suppose I could just leave it here to rot out, really, as well. I could do that. But yeah, onto the sheep. Onto the sheep, sorry. It's onto the chickens. We need to move over there. Also need to start thinking about taking this thing down. I think I've decided I'm going to sell this. I'm going to sell this trailer. And although, do I sell it? I had this debate in my head before. No, I think I'm going to sell that trailer. And hopefully that will give me enough for another load of concrete, another load of stone that will come, hopefully come round here. Do this bit, start going round here. And it's actually, yeah, I might actually get, well, I'm not necessarily going to get all of it, but I'll probably get to about here, I reckon. And then we've just got that to do. I need to phone the council and demolish that shed, really. In fact, whilst I've got the truck here, I'll pull that trailer out. In fact, I can get rid of all of this stuff from here. We don't need it in here anymore, as this is going to be demolished. Need to go and get a sledgehammer and demolish it all. Or I think I could just blow hard enough and it'll probably fall over, to be honest. It's been propped up. But, yeah, I don't think I need a sledge to get this, really. I'm pretty sure I can just get this. Just push it and it will fall over and then just pick up the pieces afterwards, really. There. Get this gas can out of here. There we go. Yes, it is beginning to come along. Well, let's just tuck this in the corner away. It does have petrol. Sorry, well, I'm not American. It does have petrol in it. Right, let me just quickly get in the truck. I've got the keys on me, so I can pull this out and I can take some pictures of it. Pull this out and take some pictures of it. And then put it on eBay. or Facebook Marketplace or something like that. Ah, yeah. Okay. It sort of got a bit squished in there. I'm gonna have to just pull it out a little bit, which is fine. That's no biggie. That's why it's got wheels. Right, now we should be able to hitch up. Don't want to crash into the milk tank. Easy does it. There we go. Just drop that on there. Take the handbrake off. Lift the wheel up. We'll pull this out and just plonk it over here in the middle just so I can take some pictures of it. But obviously, maybe not today as the light is fading. Come on, let's put it in front of the other one. There you go. It's out the way. It's all that matters. It's out the way. Can open it up. I might give it a quick wash as well, actually. Might give it a quick rinse down. Actually, whilst, you know what? Whilst we're here, we may as well do that, if I'm honest. I can also do the tractor at the same time. Can also do the tractor at the same time. Get rid of all that grass. All those weeds. There we go. All the mud off everything. Yes, it does get a bit muddy working in the fields. There we go. Look, we can actually see some silver again. Right, we'll just quickly give this a once over. And we'll do front as well. There we go. That'll do. Just to get rid of it. Get rid of most of the dirt. Get the back. Get the light. Get the wheels. There we go. Nice. Right. Now, we'll just go round. It's a lot easier than reversing. Slowly. There we go. And we'll just plonk it back in the middle. That will do. There we go. There we go. Looking better already. Didn't do that side. Oh well, doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll take some pictures of that, put it on eBay or Facebook Marketplace. This should now be empty. Yes, it is. Good. Alright, we'll start knocking this down then. Yeah, let's see, it's all falling down anyway. Get rid of that. You're going to have some new homes soon, chicken. You're going to have a new home. Just here, look. This is going to be your new home in there. I have to go to the shop and get some chicken wire and stuff like that. And some fencing. Also, I need the fencing stuff for the sheep as well, but I'm not going to do that until we've... I mean, whilst I'm at the shop, yes, I'll get it. But I'm not going to put it up until we've cut the grass here. Got the lane for the track. Got this ready for the chickens. This looks good, this does. It brings in a lot more light for some reason. Even though it was only weeds, it seems lighter and brighter. It's nice. So yeah, anyway, guys, I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today. That was a good job. Well done, I think. We can put you away. Do we? Oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it after dinner. Let it dry a little bit. Dripping wet still. I don't want to get a wet bum. That's the only problem with these. Is to get a wet bum. What's the old trick? Plastic bag on the seat. That was it in the rain. Stick a plastic bag on the seat. Shopping bag. So yeah, I am in the market for something a little bit bigger. It can be open cab, it can have a cab, but £8,000 is the maximum. I do not want to go any... Well, that is it. That's the budget we have for it. I don't want to go over that at all. So something small. From what I've sort of been researching online, for something like this, what we have... between 75 and 90 horsepower should be plenty. So if any of you watching do know of anyone who's selling anything like that, or know of any places where I can get one, then do let me know in the comments below. You know, as long as it's a proper link. Don't put links to other places. You know, I don't want to get a virus on my laptop or anything like that. So yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it. I'll give the council a ring tomorrow and see about this hedge. And at the same time, I can tell them to come and collect their bins. So I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Although it is a different department, but it's still the council. And yes, we're getting there very slowly. We're getting there very slowly, but cutting that's going to be a big job. I still need to speak to Jim. Maybe I can borrow something of his if I don't find something in time. Maybe he's got something I could use. Although I don't particularly like asking to borrow things. It's just not in my nature. I would prefer to sort of get it myself and do it myself. Just in case. Just in case. Yeah, I'll put that on eBay or Facebook Marketplace. Order in another... Once I sell it, order in another container load of stone. Put that down here. And go round the barn, not down the path just yet. Although I might actually... Hang on, I need to think about this. Because we're certainly not getting cows this year, so I don't necessarily need that run. But because we will be having sheep, we will be coming in and out of here, so maybe it is actually worth using some of that gravel to do a little bit of this path. Maybe not all the way down to the track, but certainly just to cover up these really muddy bits here, look, where these really wet patches are. Yeah, that might be better. So do this bit and a little bit down the path, just so we can get in and out of the field a bit easier and we don't cause such a ruckus here. And then this bit can be done at a later date, because like I said, we haven't got any cows yet and we won't be getting any cows this year probably. So it's fine if we just ignore this bit. But what has occurred to me is that we will be going to the veggies. So this bit could be doing. I mean, it's quite dry here. There's a few bits, so hopefully this won't take too much, because this is all perfect. This is fine. This stuff here, look, this is all good. This is fine. This bit's bad. Let's not look at that bit for now. But yeah, this bit here needs doing. And then there's this sort of patch here, this wet patch, and here, and here, and here. Okay, that's a bit more than I thought. There's a bit more than I thought. Okay. Oh well, that's for me to decide. But anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it. Again, thank you to all the comments on the videos. They really do mean a lot to us. Again, regarding the little tractor, 75, 90 horsepower. If you know of anything, do let me know. Drop the link in the description, and I'll be quite happy to have a look, as long as it's a solid link. And again, do all of that YouTubey stuff. Subscribe, ring the bell, Leave a like if you feel like you have to leave a like, but apparently it helps with the algorithm somehow. Nobody really knows other than the YouTube gurus. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.